Greetings once again, fellow gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Welcome back to Ostriv. In the last episode, we just about got our place up and running. We've got all of our pilgrims out of their tents and into houses well before the winter. It's still only October. Go us. Fantastic. So where do we go from here? Well, we're running out of nails. We need to build a smithy. This, I believe, is our smithy. It's still under construction, and there are no other construction tasks going on at the moment. We've paused our farm, which is over here, because we've already missed the sowing season. We would have had to build the farm before we built anything else, I think, in order to start that up. And I wasn't sure if we could afford to do that in time because we had to build 9 houses. As it happens, maybe possibly we could have prioritized that a little sooner. As it is, it's going to be a winter project. We're also building a carpentry, or we're going to build a carpentry, because our boathouse down here needs boats, funnily enough, in order to be able to have workers and in order to be able to have people. We can't have any women in that one either. That's annoying. Okay. There are some jobs that women can do. They can work in the farm. So we'll be able to send them to work in the farm, but there isn't a lot else that they can do, to be honest. And then we're going to need to try and shift the bits in the middle of here as well. We'll maybe need to just get rid of the campfire, because it's just, maybe we should just demolish that. There we go, because there's no need for it now. They've all got their houses. They don't need to sit by the campfire in the middle of the sort of nowhere. And the cart park I might move as well, because this middle bit here I wanted to save open so that we could build things like a market. Ultimately what we wanted to do is get some more people, attract some more people to our small no-horse burg. We've got enough water and jobs available, but we do not have a market and we have no spare housing. So we need to build some spare houses, which means we're going to need to expand a bit, which is fine. But also we need to set up a market here. Yeah, we're going to make our smithy first, and then we're going to have enough nails to then carry on building some other projects. The carpentry is essential for the boathouse. Basically, we're going to need some food. Our supplies are probably dwindling. We've only got so much food. How much have they got? Flour 0.98, potato 0.94. Yeah, basically food is going to be the next thing to sort of run out, because they don't have any way of making their own so far. So that's not going to be a good thing. We've got a mill. We can craft a mill once we've got our farm up and running to make ourselves some flour. We can make a place for breeding cows, though we'll have to get cows from somewhere, I assume, and then from there on you can then have, you know, hides and outfitters and tannery or whatever, and an oil workshop if we're growing lots of sunflower seeds. So I think our farm can grow various crops, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. For now, we need this smithy built, so let's get them on that task straight off, because then I want them to make the carpentry. I mean, the river's going to freeze up, so even if we send somebody there, they're not going to be able to fish. So I'm just hoping our people can make it through the winter without starving to death, to be honest. Now, what are they building back there? Oh, they're building a carpentry back there as well. Well, they may as well build both at the same time, because any given building project has to have labourers taking the resources to the site before the builders can do anything. So they may as well switch between the two. It's probably more efficient that way. Certainly the people seem to have decided that. So there we go. So I can sit and watch these guys build all day. But if you have it on slow speed, you pretty much have to. They do take a while, but they put every plank in place. There we go. That's nearly finished now, isn't it? Yay! So we'll put that on slow speed again, just because I want to see if I can get a worker in there at least, so we can get some nails going. Now, I don't know if we have to harvest iron from somewhere to make more nails, because I have no idea, to be honest. I think camp center, the store, iron 10, nail 114. Now, where are we going to get more iron from? Because I don't see in our production tab any means of getting iron. I'm assuming that's going to be, or maybe we're going to need to build something else before we even open up any more recipes. Some things are a work in progress. Yeah, literally work in progress. Education, religion, health. If you saw the last episode, you'll know that we haven't got access to any of that yet. But we do have a government building in the form of a town hall, which apparently unlocks more ways to control our towns. That may or may not unlock some more ability, some more buildings. Possibly not. I don't know. So as for what we do further down the line for more nails, I don't know. Maybe the smithy just magically produces it. We've got one guy working in there anyway. Right click to fire. Oh, look, we can hire women in there. Super. We'll have, do you know what? I'm going to sack you. I'm going to go into hire options and hire only women. That is what I'm going to do. Open 2 vacancies. I'm hiring only women because the men are the only ones that can do the work, the labouring and the building, and we need them on site doing something else. So we will hire a couple of women for there. I'm not sure if the people have children in this, because I don't think they do, because we've only got, it just says total men, women, adults. I'm not sure if children is a thing yet. We may have them or we may not. I don't know. Okay, so presumably they're building this carpentry here, and they've got a load of nails in there. Maybe our nails are just magically constructed. Let's speed through this a little bit as well. Here we go. We're getting through towards the end of October now, and I want the carpentry to make a boat for my boathouse, but I don't think we're going to make it. I think we're not going to get any fish, I don't think, before the winter freezes the river solid. But we can try, can't we? I don't know how long it'll take them to knock up a boat in our carpentry, but we'll see. And then we'll get our farm underway as well. But once we've got all of our essentials in position. Oh, this is good. There is a path down the side there. That's good because there's a fence there. So I was a bit concerned they weren't going to be able to pass through there. And I'm not sure at the moment what is going to be the most efficient way. Well, hey, there we go. And again, I don't think we can hire... Oh, we can hire women in it. Right, that's it. We're hiring only women here. Sorry, guy. No. Only women. Only women. You're not a woman. Away you go. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to be an equal opportunities employer. I might even be pushing a sort of a positive gender bias here, just because I need the men to be able to do the building, and at least I assume that hasn't changed. Let's just have a look in here and see if we... No, it hasn't changed. There are some jobs that women can do and some jobs they can't. So I'm going to make sure. Now, if I look at my people up here, looking for job 6. 6 out of 6 women are looking for a job. So why the heck haven't they taken up the jobs? Now, that's... Surely this guy... That's a dude, right? I've just right-clicked him and fired him by accident. That's a fella. I've just said... Only women in there, and this is a dude, right? Follow. Okay, we can't actually see this person. Sometimes their sort of thumbnail, their face image doesn't really help ever so much. And right, click to open vacancy. Hire men as workers. Oh yes, that's the problem. Look, hire men as workers. You can only have men as workers there. Is that the case here as well? Hire men as workers, hire women. Yeah, we can only... Okay, so I'll hire women as labourers for the places where I can hire women as labourers. Is that the same for here? No, only... So, it is as sexist as I thought then. Okay, so, workers, men, labourers, women. Okay, well, we'll do as much as we can to skew this... but in the meantime, do you know what? I'm gonna sack one of each of these because we really... haven't got that many guys to play with here, and this is on pause, so we're going to continue construction of our farm now. Let's just see if we've actually got any guys left to do this job, because we've got quite a lot now of people who are employed in various businesses. We've got a guy in the thatchery. We haven't got anybody in the fishing dock yet because there's no point. And actually, I've just realised we need a boat from there. Nothing ordered. Do you know what? I really have. I've ordered a boat. Maybe I need to do that again or something. Order a boat. Now, Nothing ordered. Okay, what? Right. Boats ordered red. For some reason, that's acting like I can't actually... That's a bit strange. I'm not quite sure. Carpentry. Nothing ordered. Why is it saying that nothing is ordered there? Okay, let's just have a little look at our boathouse and see. No, that is not what I meant. Not what I meant at all. Boathouse. Holds up to 3 fishing boats. Okay, can I look for some information on that at all? Okay, I think I've got it figured out now. So this carpentry will produce carts for us, but it won't produce boats. The boats will actually be produced by the workers. Big shock there. So the workers have to make the boats themselves. So I have to hire a guy to go and work there and make the boat. And then, yeah, let's see what the hire options are. Yeah, there's one dude there. And hopefully, I wish I could cancel the order of boats because I don't think I really need 2 of them at this point. But hey, whatever. He can make 2 boats now because goodness knows he's probably not going to be able to start actually fish on them. But fishing options should appear here once we've actually, once we've got a boat to fish in. So I might sort of stop it when he's made a boat. Presumably that is what he will do. Where is the guy? There he is. Okay. And then I'll get him, fishing rather than making the second boat. So this will allow us to make plows and things, but there's nothing ordered because we have to order things from the carpentry from the farm, for example. Like plows or like carts. We could order another cart, except that we can't because this one's full. So we can make a new cart park, and we will do. This one's still in a fairly efficient place at the moment. Okay, so what I really want to do is try and get some sort of source for... Now, where is this guy? I want to follow him and actually make sure that he is... I love being able to follow my little dudes around like this. Now, where on earth? I can't... Oh, he's there! But if you zoom right in, actually, he's completely invisible unless you look straight down on his head. Okay, he's going home for some reason. Let's just speed him up a bit and see where he's... Okay, he's having a bit of a zizz, obviously. And there goes his missus. Okay, fine. I've looked at the Ostriv... Yozevny, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but his website with about Ostriv, and there's some pretty exciting things in the roadmap for this. We're going to be able to paint the walls of our houses along with other things. Am I sort of not? He's in there now, isn't he? Excellent. He's in there now. And is he making a boat? What is the guy doing? Can I actually see if he's making a boat? I honestly can't. There's no boats for fishing, so is he just sitting there? He's working. Okay, he's working, so he must be doing something. So one assumes he's making a boat. All right, let's just stick this on full speed and see if he crafts us a boat. When we get to the top there, I'll just... Is there a boat now? Taking rest. You swine. Really? I mean, I appreciate that you have to take a rest, guy, but... There's still no boats here. Oh, okay. He's annoying me now. I'm just going to ignore that for the time being. Part of the joy of playing games is working out how on earth they're supposed to work. So let's just speed through this now. And we've got our farm building it. There's one poor fella doing it all by himself. This is the thing. We're spread so thin by now that this is where it gets really challenging because all the guys are taken up. We've only got... 9 guys, 9 blokes, so we really need to attract some other people to town, but I don't know if it's possible to attract anyone else to the town until we have a market. Obviously, nobody else will come if there's no houses, so maybe what we should do is make some more houses before we do anything else. Still no boats for fishing. Okay, so where's this fella? He's working. Working as what, pray? What's he actually doing, given that there's no boats? I might just have to fire him on the grounds that he's working but not on anything whatsoever. Let's just do this again and see what happens when we get to the end of the meter. Does he just wander off going, right, that's the end of my shift? Because if he does, I'm sacking him so he can get on with building something and being actually useful. Yep, he has. Right, I've sacked him. I've sacked his backside. That's it. Because we've still got 0 boats here. I do not understand why this is not happening, but we are not getting any actual boats from there. I've ordered 2 boats and we're not getting any. And it's boats ordered, but just in the red. I don't understand. What do they need in order to build boats? I'm not sure. I do not know. So we're going to carry on. I'm going to build a couple of houses, I think, just to see if we can attract any more people into the town. It would be really nice if we could, wouldn't it? And I think what we'll do is it's R and T to turn these around. I might just start making a second layer. Oh, do you know what? I need field space around the outside of my farm, so I won't put any there. And then we've got some very pesky trees in the way over here as well, so we probably need to get a shot of these trees. Now, you're actually supposed to be able to designate tree removal just by clicking on the trees, but I've never been able to do that. There's a tree upgrade in the offing as well, because the trees look a little bit strange at the moment, but the new tree models on the website do look fantastic, so they're going to look great when they're done. I think we're probably just going to have to put a couple of houses where there are currently trees and have done with it, really. So I'll just turn this around. Either that or start a completely new settlement somewhere else. Don't want to do that, obviously. We need to have some sort of way through. It's the wrong key again. So I will have, I think, a second row of houses kind of there. You see, there's no... We'll just build 1 house for the moment, or maybe I'll build 2. I'll put 2. We may as well queue a couple of them. Let's just turn this slightly. This one's they're gonna need to remove trees, but they may as well. Is that about right, like that? Probably. There we go. They may as well. My foresters may as well remove the specific where they're chopping down trees. They may as well remove the ones that are specifically in the way of my house building projects. There we go. Okay, now I see very little movement whatsoever. Oh, we've got a load of labourers going to the site here. So let's just speed this through. I don't suppose that there's enough. Oh, there we go. It snowed. It's December now. So there we go. It snowed, and presumably this is going to be all sort of frozen over as well. I'm going to have to look into... Yeah, that's frozen over. Look at that. There's no fishing here, even if we did have any boats. I'm going to have to look into exactly how we get boats. Maybe it's one of the assets we can only get through trading. Maybe we can't make our own, but that's a bit strange. You would think if you could build a house, you could make a fishing boat. And as far as I was aware, the boathouse made boats, as well as being a place where you could get, boats and fishermen out on the river. But I don't know. I may be wrong. I may be wrong there. Okay, so our farmhouse is coming along quite slowly here, as you might expect. But once it's finished, we'll think about... Well, we'll leave our workers doing those two houses then. Our builders, such as they be, and there's not that many of them. And then I think we need to look at other farm buildings, don't we? Just in case there's anything like fields. Once the farm's finished, we'll be able to set up some fields ahead of the new sowing season. And that's what I want to do. So I hope that they're going to actually finish this off by the time spring rolls around, because we need to get people in there and sowing as soon as possible. How many women? We've got 7 women and 7 women looking for a job, which means that we've got no labourers in these places. I don't know why. We've got the option to hire women labourers, and actually it doesn't hire any labourers, which is quite strange, really. So I don't know. I don't know if things aren't quite working as intended, or I'm fairly sure other people have managed to get their boathouses working, for example, but I don't know. Okay, so this is probably going to take... Yeah, it's nearly January already, and they're not making very much progress at all. I'm not sure if there's really any places where we've got thatch and reed. Oh, we've got that... Right, I'm going to sack my thatch guy, because that is completely full, so there's just no point. Log, firewood, production limits. That's production limits. I think probably we've got enough thatch for the time being to just try and get this sort of... fulfilled, really. We've got Thatch and Reed 21, and that's about as much. Well, that's a production limit rather than the storage limit, I suppose, but I don't know. Maybe there's, yeah, because the storage limit, I think that is the limit there. And if that's reached it, there's no point keeping it. Whereas these guys, they're not really near their limit, so that's fine. They can keep going. Okay, do we have anybody else who's working for no particular reason? The limit is 1,000, and he's made half that. So I think if we keep a shrewd eye on our workers, we can perhaps kind of share them around the jobs a little bit. Nothing ordered. You see, there really isn't much point in having him in there because he's not doing anything. Again, he's doing 0. So we'll free him into the labour market as well. Okay, how are we doing here? We're getting there. We're finally getting there, and it's nearly February. One thing about this game, it's not got very much in the way of in-game audio, so you tend to start tapping your speakers and thinking something's going wrong, but the only time you really hear anything is when you're right up close like this, and you hear a bit of hammering of nails, and in the winter you don't even hear the birds singing, so... But our farm is very nearly finished now. They've just got to finish thatching the roof, and then we can start, hopefully ahead of the snow melting, we can start setting out our fields. But we want to do that because we want to establish how much of the surrounding area around our farm is going to be designated to food production and whatever else production, like we can make sunflower oil, for example. What are these little things? They're little plants of some description. Yeah, they are. Okay, there's a few crops we can plant, which might expand later on, I'm not sure. But for the moment, I think there's, 3 or 4 different crops that we can plant. So, okay, it's going to take a little while, obviously, for our workers to get over here and finish the job. Come on, guys. Before February, please. We need to get these fields planted out, and I can get some women working, actual women workers on the farm. That's something they're permitted to do, evidently. So I'm wanting to get along with that. The other thing I quite like is in the winter, look, these guys get their hats and coats on. I love that. In the summer they don't, and in the winter they do. Yeah, it's funny, small things and all that business, but you know, a bit of realism there. Normally in such games, your people don't tend to change their clothes, but it makes sense that they do in this case. Go on, guy. Yes, finally. Okay, now the problem with this is there's that much snow. We can't really see what's going on. Okay, right. Workers. Hire options. Women only. Labourers. Women only. Damn yeah. And we can actually get about 3 of them in there because we've got 5 women looking for a job. So we can actually, let's get 4 of them in here, for goodness sake. Manager. Can I get, will a manager always be male? This is the point. Can I just look at this? He's a guy. He's a guy. Well, he can get lost then, can't he? Sorry. That's that positive discrimination again. Okay. No fields assigned. Right. Add field. Let's add some fields. I don't know how many crops we can grow, and we can certainly have a paddock for livestock, but we're not going to be able to put any livestock in it just yet. So we need to make these fairly large. Let's just put this too small. Oh, it's too close, actually. We'll make it a bit of a space away. Okay, let's make this kind of tidy-ish. Max output 8. There we go. And then if we click on that, we can select wheat, sunflower, potato, hemp and fallow. Okay, so sunflower. It looks like it's going to be good for sunflower, this one, doesn't it? Due to the nutrients that are in the soil. Okay, well the nutrients, this is the nutrients needed for all these items. So wheat doesn't need ever so much, to be honest. This is the nutrients in the ground right now. So I'm going to get this one set up for wheat, I think. In fact, no. Let's get it set up for sort of potato. Potato. There we go. And we'll have a bigger one for wheat, I think. Activate. There we go. I'm not sure. Farm. Assign other. Well, farm, obviously. There we go. And then we haven't got a plough, but they can still, I think, sort of sow in the fields and things without a plough. Oh, hang on. Maybe we should order a plough. Let me just see if we can even do that. Nothing ordered. Right. So how do we get a plough? Plough, none. There we go. Need 2 adult oxen and a carpenter building. Well, that's not going to happen then, is it? Okay, so we need adult oxen for that, and we don't have any. We can build a cow shed, but that will not magically make us have cows. So we're going to build a big field at the back, and this is going to be our wheat field, and we'll make it absolutely massive. Way max output 24. Let's make it around 25. There we go, and we'll make this wheat. No, sorry. Yes, wheat. That's right, because that one there is potato. At some point, some of these fields are going to have to be fallow as well. So we're going to... Have I got that assigned for the farm? Yes. Farm. There we go. And we'll make another one, because we're going to have some fallow fields. So for that, from that point of view, we'll have two. Bit too long. Wowzer. Okay. Let's put another one about the same size as the one on the other side. Make it sort of symmetrical-ish. There. Oh no, that's too close still. Oh, it's quite difficult to judge this. There we go, with a max output of 8. And that one, we can have sunflower, I guess. I'll leave it, actually. I will leave that one fallow for the moment. I will activate it, but I will have it on fallow. So activated, but fallow, and then we can leave that as fallow. Okay, and then I'm going to make one more field, which I'm going to put here, hopefully. And we'll probably have more fields eventually. There we go, max output 14. And again, we'll have this one fallow for the time being, and aside to the farm. There we go. So we've got a bunch of fields there, and we're probably going to have more fields eventually as well. I might put some more around there, so I'm going to leave that area nice and clear for the time being. And do we have any workers here? We do. Prioritize gathering. Well, I guess, but something was just finished. Oh, a house. A house was finished. Okay, so we've got no market, but the water supply is sufficient, housing available, and jobs available. So you would think that people... Yeah, and how jobs are available. Oh, look, the snow's melting. Looks like the snow's getting a little bit squishy around the edges. So maybe our farm will actually start... You see all these women just going out to... I'm not quite sure where. Not really telling us, are they? They're not really taking rest. Right, okay, so... they obviously work sort of shifts, don't they? Now our Thatcher is auto-assigned himself again. Okay, fine. Well, we've got the house here that we've assigned to this space. I think, yep, can't be built until the foresters have shifted the trees. So we just have to wait for those to sort of finish there. I think it's probably going to be safe if we can to put another house here. So we'll turn that around a little bit. We'll have, yeah, maybe if we've got more fields and things, we'll put them behind there. So we'll perhaps build a second row of houses kind of all the way around here. Obviously not quite where the carpentry is. And then I'll put some sort of here-ish as well. So I'll just turn that around a little bit. Yeah, I just want to know where that zone is. And then this is going to have to... I'll put a new one. I'll put one there, perhaps. There we go. There we are. And if we've got a couple of spare houses, maybe, possibly, we'll attract. But maybe we won't. Maybe we need a market first. What we're going to sell in our market, I'm not quite sure. I want to get rid of these buildings here. Camp centre, help. Temporary building to be later replaced by the town hall. Right, so if we build a town hall then, we're going to be able to... I'll just put this one on pause, because otherwise we ain't going to have enough people to build all this stuff. If we have a town hall, then that will disappear when it's completed, so that's good. Let's just go on this. See, there's no query there, so I can't look at that to see where we get our boats from. That's bothering me because the water will defreeze and then I won't actually be able to do any fishing. But we need a market to set up some sort of commerce. So let's have a look. Trade and transport. Here we go. Trade and transport. Trading post. Market stall. Allowed to sell up to 4 goods to citizens. Trading post. Allows trading with other cities. Build a trading post and hire a manager to be able to create new trade routes. Assign workers for loading and unloading train wagons. I think that we perhaps need to do that, but this says no market specifically. Maybe we need a trading post first. Non-food storage. Food storage. Chance to be a fine thing. We have no food at this point, so I'm not going to jump into doing that. We perhaps need to put cart parking somewhere else. Because at the moment, we've just got 3 right smack bang in the middle of town. So I think maybe the first thing we need to do is set up a trading post. Now, where's my world map? Here it is. We are here. I don't suppose it matters whereabouts I put my trading post, does it really? Let's see how big the thing is. Kind of like that. Okay. So I don't suppose it matters too much if my trading post isn't sort of in the middle of my town. I don't want it in the middle of my town. I want a market in the middle of my town. This needs to be kind of on the outskirts a bit. And my town is, well, as things stand, my town is going to expand, but I don't want it right next to the river either. It needs to be somewhere where they can actually go to. But I don't really know where they'll be going to, so I guess I try not to worry too much about that. Okay, should we put our trading post kind of there? If we could put it somewhere where we don't need to remove trees, perhaps near the farm wouldn't be a bad idea, because the farm crops and things. Where's the entrance way to this thing? Seems daft, but if we know what... Ah, there it is, look. Trading post. Nice. Okay, yeah, I quite like the idea of having my trading post there. Okay, so the pathway from the farm is going to be going through there. All right, let's have our trading post there. Lovely. All righty. So I'm going to put this on pause as well, and then we're going to prioritize, therefore, our trading post. And hopefully that's going to allow us then to set up a market, because we badly need some more people, because all the guys are spoken for. Looking for a job, 1 man. Get to it, pal. We've got a trading post to build. Okay, let's just stick this on full speed ahead for the time being, because I've got plenty of tasks to fulfill. The snow hasn't receded yet, so our farm is still not in production. Ah, yes, but we can see people arriving at our trading post to start construction. Well, this place is starting to take shape now, and we're sort of approaching halfway through. And as you can see, the snow is melting away in really quite a cool looking way. It's just melting gradually off the lands. I like the look of that. That's pretty. That's nicely done. That is nicely done. I like it. I don't know if you call it dynamic, but it certainly looks pretty nice. Okay, so we are pretty much halfway through our trading post here. We need clay, but we don't. Our clay pit, I think we've got plenty of clay still left in it. Let me just check. Oh gosh, yeah, tons and tons of it. We're not going to need another one of those until we're reach city status or something. And our farm, hopefully, is sowing. Are they sowing? They're doing something, certainly. Looks like they might be sowing wheat. Let's just put this on a little bit slower so we can watch. There's a woman buzzing around in this field. It will be easier for them once they've got their plough and what have you. But yeah, for the moment, have we got 3 fields? We've got 2 fields. We've got one with potato and one with wheat, I think. That one's wheat. That was potato, and then the other 2 I've left deliberately fallow. They're not going to be able to eat sunflower anyway. We're just prioritizing food production at the moment. But maybe I should prioritize... Can't change during its season. Okay, that's fine. They've got to stay fallow then. It's its fallow season because it's March now. Okay, this, meanwhile, still kind of in progress. And yeah, I think we literally have to have the migration status has to have all of those in the green in order for us to be able to attract people to our settlement. And we badly need some more people, some more hands to do the work around here, the labouring, the building, the other jobs that need doing. Okay, while that's going on, and our trade centre's still not quite finished, but I've got the houses on pause, so they haven't got anything else to build at the moment. I think we should place a windmill so that we can mill our corn into bread or flour. We can't mill it into bread, that would be silly. Eventually when the time comes. So we should put, and we need to just make sure we actually have a space for a mill too. So, and the mill just kind of puts itself whichever way round it wants, because of course it will presumably turn into the wind, that being the point of a mill. So I probably will want to put more fields around the outside of the farm. Hence, we should perhaps put the mill kind of over here somewhere, or... Oh, I can see some crops growing now. That's cool. I like that a lot. Okay, I feel like I should put my mill on the hill, but there isn't one. So we're just going to have to put it over here somewhere. Let's put it... Oh, gosh. Let's put it next to the farm, and I'll just have to build fields around it, won't I? Indecision. Where's the best place? We don't want it a million miles away from everything else. Let's put it here, actually. Let's just put it there. No, because it'll be in the way of further housing production. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it there. There we go. And then other fields will just have to go around it. Yes, so we've got some crops coming up here. At the moment, they kind of just look like grass, really. Not much else, but you can see them from a distance. So that's our wheat field. And our potato field, sowing. Ah, we can see. So ploughing skipped. Yeah, because we don't have a plough. Presumably that aids production or speeds things up. I'm not sure if we get more or it's just faster. Growth, yeah, it's just growing. We'll put this on full speed again, because this is happening extremely slowly at the moment, and I want to see, before we finish this episode, whether we can solve our boat problem. Okay, Guy, you've done everything you can. I'm going to fire you from there again. And he has nearly made 1,000 nails, at which point I will fire him until we need more nails. Finally, there we go. There's our trading outpost, and it looks fantastic. Now I just hope that I can actually do something with it. Resource supply, worker by cart, labourer by hands, by cart. Okay, and we need a manager, but I don't know if... Add a resource for export. Can I not import anything? Build a trading post and hire a manager to be able to create new trade routes. Assign workers for loading and unloading trade wagons. Okay, well, I guess we need to do that. Hire options. Labourers. Yeah, hire women wherever we can. But I don't know if this is actually going to enable us to... Once we've opened up a trade route, I guess we're going to be able to trade with other towns. But, yeah, as I say, I am going to have to look into just how the heck we're supposed to get... I'll see now if I can get somebody to work at the boathouse, but I honestly don't know how the heck we're supposed to get a boat. And there is... Yeah, I thought I'd seen some information on it suggesting that either you ordered a boat from the carpenters or you got... It doesn't come from here, does it? Forestry. No. But then we're supposed to be able to remove a specific tree by clicking on it and choose remove, and that doesn't happen. And certain things can't be demolished. So generally speaking, not everything is absolutely up and running and working yet. But I will see if I can find out how to get our boathouse working before all our people run out of food and start starving to death and move away in disgust. Because we've got a manager for the moment. That's good. We've got a manager. But we have nothing to export. Oh, perhaps we do, actually. We could export some things, couldn't we? What do we have lots of? Well, we have... Actually, we have quite a lot of wood. Let's do that, then. Let's just do this. Export stock wood. There we go. Why don't we export some wood? Resource supply. Oh, okay. Do I have to... What is X? Oh... No, it just removes it. Fair enough. Well, I just have to do this up until we get... Can I just keep it clicked on? No, I can't. I have to literally do this. Oh, RSI in the making. Okay, well, let's just see if we can... I'll just do like 60 or something. There we go, like that. Okay. And will that go just by itself? I have no idea. But we need a worker with the cart there in order to do that. Okay, let's see. Do we have anybody that we can lay off in order to make them available? Because I'm pretty sure that we don't actually have... Yeah, no boats for fishing. So let's just lay him off and see if he'll actually go to work here at the trading post. Okay, he's working, but I don't know quite what he's doing as a worker. Maybe we can't, I don't have options to anything else without that. So, I am far from having figured this out entirely. It's a city sim builder. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually get to city status or even to halfway decent sized town, because unless we get some food and things sorted soon, all my people are going to leave in disgust. All 22 of them, and we can't get any more than that. So, in the next episode, we'll see if we can set up a market, and I would really, really like to be able to get some fishing going at least. But as I say, I'm going to do some research into that and see if I can find out what's the hold up there, what we're lacking, because the game doesn't seem to be telling me quite what part of the process I've missed, if any. So it may be a glitch, or it may be me being silly. I'm not sure. I will see if I can find out. But we've had a little bit of an expansion in this episode. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I do hope you'll join me for the next episode, or I'll see you in the next video, whatever it happens to be. Until then, folks, keep gaming, stay happy, and bye-bye for now.